the continue, insert coin, back to split, legging hits to the groin, live in Mortal Kombat versus Shao Kahn, resemble dad and mom just to face my fear. I had not to care, to conquer life, needed balls, bollocks, cojones, to embrace aloneness, hearing your life's less, made my decisions lifeless, but I digress. You 90s rulers of life a mess, by your behest, we do all what you say for a quest, intention the best, creates intended tension, thinking there's secrets in the Snowden, mad after facts out and about, so we spout hate to what we create, an endless cycle, the fate we articulate, capitulate, forward checkmate on a checkerboard, rise on a rip call, to see pots, pans, looking up for fellow follow fans who sing praise and worship under all, but we can't have that unwanted subscription, we only subscribe to accomplish aspirations for those we say.
What's up, guys? It's Nikki Lachey, and you are listening to Beyond Borders with Rose Gold and Kid Gravity.
The views and opinions of this podcast are solely those of the host, Beyond Borders Media. And trust me, if you hear something you didn't like, go do your research.
It's Easter, ladies and gentlemen. You know that holiday when Caesar Borgia decided to get up out of the ground and say to himself, what the hell did y'all do for 3 days? Y'all took my earth, my daddy's earth, and turned it to hell. So I have to come back and save all y'all again. I might as well go back in the dirt. That's for all my Christians out there, especially y'all down here in Atlanta where I'm at now, because I know Creflo done gave a good word today, I'm sure. Jamal Bryant, Eddie Long, we're not going to talk about him because he's somewhere. But today, folks, a special Easter edition of Beyond Borders. We're not going to talk about Easter eggs here. We're going to talk about liberals. We're going to talk about conservatives. We're going to talk about the left. We're going to talk about the right. We're going to talk about Joe Biden. We're going to talk about Camel. I cannot say. You know what? Who cares? Camel Toe Harris. And as you can plainly see, folk, when we talk about liberals and conservatives and Kamala the cop, and I decide to put this hat on because I like to troll the liberals when they watch my videos. So I'm going to wear this hat for about 5 minutes just so y'all can get triggered and dislike the video, which is your prerogative. This is what we do in America. You're allowed to express yourself. So I'm going to introduce my guest. I don't know. Her email had her full government. I'm saying unless she wants to say it, because I'm not getting in trouble and I don't want to get cussed out. So I'm going to let my guest introduce herself. That way I can know what her name is so I can go by it for the rest of the show and we could have good fun. Or like they like to say, Claire Huxtable, big fun.
Well, you can just call me Amber. It's fine. My name's Amber. And my name's Starr. So sometimes people call me Starr, but whatever you prefer. It's fine with me.
Cool. Okay. So we're going to go by Amber.
Sure.
How do we start off talking about Amber? Now, folks, I found Amber on Instagram. And her Instagram name is at the bottom of the screen. Since I have to tell everybody in 2021 instructions, we have to lead people to the information. We can't just tell them and they use critical thinking. But we're going to talk about critical thinking later. I saw her videos on Instagram, like I said, and folks, see, this is why Black people are so creative, because Black people, we could just take any subject and we can just say, let's make it fun, let's make it engaging. And she engaged me, folks. I had to follow because it's nice to see a Black woman go after liberals as well. I mean, we know a few on here, you know, Taisha Essex, Tiffy Television, but it's also nice to go on Instagram at times and see Black go in there and not, you know, Chucks and Pearls crew. You know, shout out to the Chucks and Pearls crew because, you know, Converse made a lot of money that day, and I'm sure Macy's made a lot in it because I know they didn't buy them pearls for no Black people. But I'm gonna let Amber introduce herself again and explain how she went down the road from leaving the left. No Brandon Straka, because I know you can't say that name on here because then you get your video made. But I don't care. Brandon Straka forever. Walk away campaign. But Amber, please explain to everyone your journey from leaving left to the right?
Okay, well, it started. Well, this is the thing. Okay, it was like a few things that conspired all together, and I had my little aha moment. First of all, well, I love Kanye for one. He's like one of my top two favorite rappers. Like I love him. I think he's like super smart. I love his music. I think his music is very inspiring to me. Like I like him. So he was like, Kanye has his moments when he goes on Twitter and he starts saying stuff. So it was like when he came out and was like, he's supporting Trump. I was like, well, like everyone's at this time, it's already in my mind. Everyone's like, oh, Trump is bad. Da, da, da. So I'm like, it has to be a reason that Kanye is supporting this man. You know what I'm saying? Because like I follow him a lot, and I like a lot of the things he say. So I'm like, it's got to be a reason. Like it's not like I don't think Kanye was be supporting like this bad person. You know what I'm saying? And then he tweeted about Candace Owens. So I'm like, who's Candace Owens? Like I had no idea who she was. So then I looked her up. I looked her up, and then I found this video of her. She was talking to like some college kids or something, and she was talking about like the victim mentality is like how they like put the victim mentality
that video was,
stuff like that. Yeah, and around this time,
that video was legendary, bro.
Yeah, around this time, I was also like figuring out like a lot of stuff about myself. Like I was figuring out like how my mind works and stuff like that. Like I was just like, getting more in tune like with my, with my conscious mind and stuff like that. And then I found that video of her and I was like putting two and two together. I was like, wait, she's making a lot of sense right now. Because, Black people, we look at the TV and we see all this stuff, like all these movies portraying us as these as like slaves or like, like as the lowest of the low. And that's who we perceive ourselves to be when we look at the TV and see all this every day. So after that, I just started doing more research into like politics and stuff like that because I went to school for journalism. But before this, I wanted to be more of like an entertainment like type of person. Like I was into like like pop culture, blah, blah, blah. But then all of a sudden I started like in politics or something, So I started looking into politics, and then I looked into the Democrats, and then once you look into the history of Democrats, you're like, whoa, stuff like that. And then I looked into their policies. They would talk about how like because I grew up in like an inner city, like every school in my district was a failing school. Like I went to my school was failing, my middle school was failing, and my high school was failing. Like all my schools were failing. And then I turn around, like I shout out to all my Black HBCU stuff like that. But for me personally, I felt like I ended up going to a Black school for like 3 years after I graduated, but then I ended up transferring to a white one. And that was like a whole culture shock for me. Like I never been around that much white people in my life. You know what I'm saying? And it was like a better school.
Question before you finish. What did you have a dear white people moment? I just want to know.
I didn't.
Okay.
No.
So you said it was a culture shock, so I thought it was like a dear white people moment.
Like I grew up in the hood, and then I grew up around Black people, But honestly, I haven't really seen that much of dear white people, so I'm not sure like what you mean.
Well, it's about Black kids at this white school, and they're trying to navigate their little clique amongst all these white people. But I watched the first episode, and the Black girl, well, she was like light skinned, but she was over there talking about how bad white people are and all this. I was like, okay, here we go again, another one. Come to find out, she's dating a white guy.
In real life or in the movie?
And then they found out, and I was like,
in the movie?
No, this was the Netflix show. I didn't see the movie, but this was the Netflix show.
Wait, is she dating a white guy in real life, or like is she dating a white guy?
She was sleeping with a white guy. Yeah, and she was sitting there crapping on white people. Like and then when they found out, and she was trying to explain it. I was like, I'm done with this show. Yeah. Shout out to Chris Rock though, but
it's always
I'm
like
done
that.
with it. Yeah, but that's an interesting story though. But I didn't know if you were finished. But go ahead.
Oh no, but what was it? Oh yeah, no, it was like the school, like because all of my schools were failing. HBCUs, they're good HBCUs, but the HBCU in particular, I mean, it was okay. Like they didn't have like the resources like as much as this white school had. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like different for me. Like I said, I went to all failing schools. So then I started looking at politics and stuff like that, and found out like I grew up this way because of like Democrat policies. Like I had no idea. You know what I'm saying? Like I had classmates getting shot in middle school. Like I'm like 13 years old and had classmates like getting shot dead. You know what I'm saying? And I realized that all this is an effect of those policies of those people we support, you know? So that was like a big awakening for me. Since
Yo, you got somebody shot in your school?
No, I had like classmates like getting shot. Like we was like 13 years old and had class. They were getting killed, like getting shot. Like that's not normal. Like you know, like and it's crazy because I feel like a lot of Black people we got desensitized to that. Like we think that's normal, and that's not normal.
Yeah, that's not cool. That's crazy. But all right, that's a hell of a journey. I mean,
yeah, it's like a process. You know.
Yes. So, yeah. So you touched on something. I mean, we as Black people, we are desensitized to a lot of death, and we're also desensitized to things that when you get older, you realize you're wrong, and you say, I can either choose to continue it or I can change it. But we know what happened when Black folk want to change. We get called that nice little, either the 4-letter word or we get called the 8-letter word that's separated by a space. I'm fine with that. I call myself at times the self-appointed agnostic coon. That's fine with me. I'll be that. I never got Uncle Tom yet, so I know I'm doing something wrong. Because when you get to Uncle Tom, man, you're like up on that level. They know who you are. But let's talk about okay, I'm gonna be nice because I have a woman here. I'm gonna be nice. Let's talk about actually, I did want to know this though. Are you familiar with like the foundational Black Americans or the ADOS movements?
No, what's that?
Okay, so you're not. Okay, well, it's basically those it's those groups of Black people that have lineage from slavery, and also that they know their ancestors built this country, so they feel like they're owed what the government owes them reparations. They're basically doing the reparations fight.
Yeah.
I'm Caribbean. My family's Caribbean, so I kind of want Black Americans to get reparations, so at least we'll have a blueprint because we're gonna have to go to Queen of England for that, and we know she ain't gonna drop the crown for us. But if you could get the template, we could have something to work with. But how do you feel about the reparations argument? Because every year that comes up, the research game. Shout out to the Congressional Black Caucus. They're researching again. They give a damn about us.
As far as reparations, I'm not really sure how I feel about that because, like, I know haven't other groups of people got reparations though? Like they said, didn't Indians?
The Japanese Americans for World War II got reparations. A lot of people don't know the Chinese Americans got reparations for what happened to their family members during the gold rush. The Native Americans got their reparations in the form of land. The Eskimos got theirs for the sale of Alaska. Yeah, Negroes did not get no money yet, even though now they're trying to give Negroes money up in Illinois and Oakland and all these other blue cities. So they're giving out money, but the rest of the Negroes ain't gonna get no money. We know this. They rather give you weed. They rather give you weed for the vaccine shot.
I know, right?
The coffee venereal disease, because we don't say what it really is here, because I do not want that little box on the bottom of my videos. So yes, we're going to talk about the COVID. Oh, there it is. Coffee venereal disease. But back to the reparations argument.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I haven't really honestly I haven't gave that much thought because it's so much to put into it, because some people say I don't know where I don't think all Black people came from slaves. You know what I'm saying? But I do understand we face some type of hardships in this country. We should get something, but I'm not exactly sure what exactly those reparations should be. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it should be money. I feel like we should get something, but I'm just not. I haven't really given much thought.
Yeah. Well, the best argument I heard was land. And I actually agree with that because land,
will
make you money.
Yeah, I can see that.
But but shout out to them. I hope y'all get what y'all get.
Yeah, land. I can agree with land, but money. I feel like it takes I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I can agree with
Well,
Lambda.
we know them Gucci lines. As soon as that thing hit their account, they gonna go right to them Gucci lines.
Right?
Making my Italians rich. We know how it is.
And then like
Michael Jordan will drop his 1991 May first round playoff sneaker, and every Negro is gonna be online.
I know.
Mm-hmm. The reparation 12s. Let me stop. Shout out to y'all.
So
I don't want no B1s coming after me. I don't want no black first people coming after me. Whatever. Coming after me. We can talk. But let's get to these liberals. All the liberals. Where y'all, black liberals? This is for y'all because you see how she smiled, folk. As soon as I said black liberals, oh boy, I know she got a lot. Black liberals. Let me ask you a question. Why did you vote for this man and this not black woman? But then when we ask you, why did you vote for them? You tell us that Lovecraft Country is on TV and they'll talk to you in an hour and then they go to sleep. Why are y'all not celebrating this? Because I'm looking online now and the same people that voted for Biden and Kamala the cop, y'all are criticizing them now because they want to do a vaccine passport, but y'all are saying, okay, we're going to go do it so we can go travel. Because I'm not sure about you, Amber, but me, I'm not getting this vaccine thingamajiggy bob. And even if I did, I'm not going to feel comfortable going into international waters and in international area. Not speaking the language, I get sick, and then I am in some foreign hospital. I'm good on that.
Right.
That's just me. Because I'm black, and we know. I think everybody trying to kill me. Shout out to LeBron James. But how do you feel about the coffee venereal disease and this supposed vaccine for that the liberals are trying to press on black folks? Because the new thing is now, if you go get the shot, they finna give you weed.
Wait, who said that?
But they never told you how much. Oh, you didn't hear this? Yes, this came out on Thursday. This came out on Thursday. I'm in this Telegram group, and somebody put up the article, and I read it, and I laughed, and I showed it to my wife. She laughed.
Where was that?
Well.
Here?
I'm sure you could find it on YouTube. I will send you the link afterwards, after the show. You have to read it. It's hilarious. They will pay you in weed if you go take the shot. That's how ridiculous. Desperate they are, black and Hispanic people, to go get this vaccine. That's what they want.
Wouldn't even trust weed from the government.
There it is. See?
I wouldn't even trust that.
Yeah, it might have cocaine in it. You never know.
Yeah, something to make you sick, give you cancer or something.
Yeah, but hey, black folks, I'm going to help you out real fast before we continue. You know how you stop cancer? You have to regulate your pH levels. Cancer thrives on an acidic environment in your body. You got to balance your pH. So drink y'all's alkaline water. Filter your water as much as you can. Eat a lot of fruits, vegetables. Things like that, you won't get cancer. Yeah. Especially root vegetables. Root vegetables are the best option you have to fight off cancer. Yeah. But see, them white doctors ain't gonna finna tell you that because white supremacy. We're gonna talk about white supremacy. White supremacy gotta get a talking to, boy. But Amber, I saw your latest video when you said you went out to you moved out to LA, you saw the glitz and glamour, you saw the Walk of Fame. You seen 865 million Kobe jerseys walking around, and you thought you was in heaven until you realized that California is really California. And it's just like, what did I walk myself into? The weather cannot be better than the policies. But go ahead and tell everybody how LA is, because I'm on the East Coast. I don't know when the hell I'm going there yet.
Yeah, that played a part too. Like moving from an inner city, a small little Democrat inner city, to a big Democrat liberal state. LA is ran by a Democrat mayor, Democrat governor. and seeing like all and comparing all of that, it's like 60,000 homeless people. Like they have like their own community out here. Like it's crazy. Like if you go downtown LA, go like Skid Row, go even like on Venice Beach, it's like tents all over Venice Beach. It's like if you hit like certain blocks, you see like tents like lying down the block. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just very, it gets overwhelming. You know what I'm saying? And then like it's just like, and then like on top of that, you know, like you look at how much the cost of living is out here, and then COVID came, and then we shut down for like we still haven't fully opened back up yet. Like I went home on the East Coast for Christmas. I went out to the club and all that. There's no clubs open out here. We barely can eat in restaurants. We have outdoor dining, and then like it's some bars they have. If it's an outdoor thing, then yeah, but you can't. There's no bars. Like there's literally barely anything to do. You know what I'm saying? Except like go to the beach or something. But then like it's just like I realized like this is just like all of that is tied together. I realized these people just want control and power. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like just move from the East Coast to the West Coast and like, you know, comparing it. Like I realized like the people that we support, they don't really care about black like us. Like they just use us to get more power. You know what I'm saying? So like LA is like pretty bad. That's why people leaving. There's not really like the businesses are closed. Like I don't think we're gonna. I'm hoping we fully open up by this like fall or summer, but it's been a year. I haven't like seen a club in LA. So
y'all can't even dance in LA.
No, outside maybe.
You gotta have masks on though, right?
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's another thing. They take masks so serious over here. When I went home, like I went to the grocery store, nobody had a mask on. But I said, if y'all come to California, you would not get in this store without a mask on. I'm like, y'all.
You from the South?
I'm from South Carolina. Yeah.
There it is. Them red states, boy, they don't care, boy. Like, see, even down here in Georgia, they have them sign everywhere in their businesses under Georgia law. If you get injured or die from the COVID, you can't sue. And people are like, all right, whatever.
Yeah. I said, yeah, it's totally different. Like, so I can imagine, like,
you went from South Carolina to LA, boy.
Yeah, thinking it would be so much better. I mean, I don't get me wrong. I love California. It's like so beautiful out here. Like I ride around looking at the weather, like the scenery. I'm like, it's so pretty.
Yeah, that's the one thing about California. The landscapes are great. The weather's great.
Yeah. I said, it's rain.
When's the last time it rained?
Honestly, it had rain probably like 3 weeks ago. But it don't rain that often. Don't get me wrong. Like when it'll rain like a spell. Like it'll rain for like 2 days and like maybe days in a row, and then it'll stop for a long time. Like we would have rain for a long time. Like it comes in spurts.
Yeah, I got a water problem, right?
Yeah, and an electricity problem too. Like this last week,
y'all still doing the rolling blackouts?
Huh?
They still doing the rolling blackouts?
Our power cut off like last week. The whole block cut off last week. I was like, okay, yeah.
I can see why y'all going to Texas and Tennessee.
I know, right? That's why I said if I would ever leave California, the place I'll probably move to would be Florida, though. I'll probably move to Florida if anything.
Shout out to DeSantis.
Yeah, shout out to him. He just banned the COVID passport, so that won't be happening.
Yeah, and my home state, New York, did it, and of course,
yeah, that's
gonna end badly. That's gonna end bad. I'm just waiting for the news story where some dude he ain't get his test, and he gonna try to buy something. They gonna give him hell. He gonna get them told. Somebody gonna pull out the burner, and it's just gonna go left. And then they gonna say it was white people until it comes out it was really a black person, and then they gonna shut up, and then they gonna sit there and blame white supremacy again. And okay, real quick before we continue, white people, this is if y'all ever stumble on this video, listen. We represent most of the black people. We don't really think about y'all like that. We just trying to live our life. It's hard enough out here being a black person. We don't want no smoke from y'all, really. And y'all don't want no smoke from us because, you know, we dangerous. I said it. So when you hear about white supremacy 85 minutes from CNN and people like Tamika Mallory, that we're gonna talk about her because she get on my nerves, but we know y'all know some good blacks. You're watching a video with two black people that have we're sound. We actually critically think. That's what separates a lot of us from the N-words, the ninjas, if you want to call. We critically think. We understand consequences. We don't cry for everything. We understand the gravity of our situations and the decisions we make and what might transpire from it. I mean, Amber moved to California. She sees what's going on. And I'm sure she's looking right now for a nice beachfront property in Florida. You know, she'd rather trade the earthquake for the hurricane, I'm sure. But white people, it's okay. Live your life. The best way you end all this woke crap is just ignore people. That's what our parents told us when we black. Just ignore people. But we're gonna go back now because now we're gonna go back to being black, and you're not gonna understand nothing we talking about right now. So let's get it. Let's have fun now, Amber. Okay, let's have fun. Do you want to talk about the voting laws, Tamika Mallory, or Black Lives Matter? Because I hate all three.
We can talk about all three voting laws. The voting laws, doesn't matter. I don't like. I'm just waiting for the day when people like black people wake up and realize that.
Oh, we're never gonna wake up. We're never gonna wake up.
I'm really hoping we do, because we gonna wake up like tomorrow, and we gonna have nothing. It's not gonna be that many of us. Like, especially coming over here, you see no black people. You gotta go like in South Central or somewhere to see black people out here. You come out here.
I heard about that. Yes.
Yeah.
They don't. I heard they don't go up north.
Yeah.
I heard they don't go up north.
Especially in the South, like black people in the South, we think, oh yeah, it's a lot of us out here. No, leave the South. Go in the Midwest or somewhere. It's no black people. Like, go to fucking Montana, Kansas, and North Dakota. You think you can see a lot of black people out there?
Kansas, yes. I have seen that. Kansas, no, not Kansas. I'm sorry, not Kansas. Iowa. Des Moines, there's a lot of black people there.
But not like Montana, or like South Dakota.
No, man. Well, you might find the one black cowboy. You might find one.
Yeah, exactly. Not to see that many, So I'm saying, like, that's why you need to
yes,
wake up, pay attention. Like,
go
ahead.
Yeah, right. But the Midwest. But yes, folks, we're talking with Amber Starr from Instagram. She has a nice page dedicated to trolling the hell out of the left. So her, what do you call it? Oh my God. Sorry. Her Instagram handle is Starring Amber. And if you don't know how to spell starring or Amber, dictionaries online. Figure it out. Okay. Voting laws. So we all know Georgia changed their voting laws. They say you have to have an ID, no food or drink in the line. And what was the other thing? The other thing was, they're extending hours and the time where you can vote. And of course, the left went crazy. And as a result, the MLB All-Star Game is no longer in Atlanta. I work in food service, so thank you for my sanity, because I did not want to serve all them people. But Atlanta, conservatively, they said, I'm going to lose $100 million plus, which the city could have used, I'm sure. The mayor, that woke black woman, she's upset. She said that they could easily have a special session and tweak the rules a little bit. No, leave it where it is. Why would you want what's wrong with an ID? You need an ID to drive, ID to purchase liquor. What's the problem? Y'all can stand in line for liquor, sneakers, and going into the strip club, right, and wait for a hoe to come dance on you, but you can't have all this to just go vote.
Exactly.
And they made it easy for you to vote from your house. Funny how that works, but let the left tell it. It's the Republicans being racist towards black people, because every time they need to push something, it's always us. Guess what? I didn't live through Jim Crow. I studied Jim Crow. Jim Crow ain't come back yet. Now, let them tell it. Let black people tell it. That's Biden. But we're gonna talk about Biden. But Jim Crow ain't here because I can walk anywhere in America right now except Mississippi. Shout out to Mississippi. And not be accosted. I'm just saying. I have a very high probability of not being accosted. So I don't understand why Georgia would make a big stink about this, where it's just making it easier and a little bit more safe for people to go vote. But
you know why?
I'm just a critically thinking black man.
They want to continue to cheat. They want to continue.
Yeah, I know.
Like they was having like whole fish fries and stuff. Like at the when people was in line.
Oh, did you see that? You saw that, right?
Like all that is like that plays a part.
I was
electioneering in a way. Like
I'm not gonna lie, folks. I was on my when I saw that video, I got a little bit revolutionary. I said, look at all these coons on this line. Now there's some coons right there.
They're real coons.
And then I caught myself after I said it 3 times. I caught myself. But yes, frying up that catfish, boy. I was like,
right.
We never gonna learn, boy. We never gonna learn.
They said, he said this can't bring no water. Bring no water. Okay, y'all can get water. We can get water. Like
that's why I said to my wife, she yelled at me for that. She's like, what about the people that can't afford water? I was like, you can't afford $1 bottle of water, then you shouldn't be voting.
Water is like one of the freest, like the cheapest thing you can find. Like you can get $1.
Fill up a water bottle in your house. You could take a glass with you.
Right. A little water bottle. Like,
But I'm sure you're gonna look fresh while you stand on that. Y'all gonna look fresh. Me, exactly. Queen, yes, I'm finna go vote. I'm finna go. Wait, I gotta do it right. How y'all do it? I'm finna go vote. Y'all stand in line all that time, get y'all sticker. Man, get out of my face.
I know, right? Exactly. So but they don't have a problem, and then they have a problem with the vaccine passport. So we can't get ID, but we can get a vaccine passport. Like
exactly. You can download an app, but you can't go make sure you go get an ID to go vote and make sure you're doing your civic duty.
Exactly. I thought we didn't know how to use the internet.
Did you ever see that video? Wait, did you ever see that video?
Joe Biden? Yeah.
No, not that one. There was another one. This was years ago. This dude went to a white college and they were asking him, do you vote? They were like, yeah, we vote. He's like, how do you vote? Do you have ID? So they were like, okay, so do you think black people know how to vote? And they were like, well, no, we don't think they know how to vote.
Oh, wait,
I don't think black people have ID.
Are you talking about that video where I was like walking around like a campus asking people questions about? Oh yeah, I think I had that on my page too.
Mm-hmm. And then he went to Harlem and then showed it to, and he showed what white people said. Yeah,
yeah. That's the thing too. I'm like, y'all blindly supporting this, Like y'all don't even agree with this.
I know.
Talking point. Y'all don't think it's hard for y'all to get ID, but y'all blindly supporting these people who's telling, y'all can't get ID. Like. That's what I don't understand. Like, it's like such a conflict of interest, and they don't even realize it.
Oh, Richard. Yes, Bethany. Richard. I just read a story that just disturbed me. You know those blacks? You know my friend Tiffany from work. You know the black one, not the white one. She doesn't have ID. She said that the voting laws were so racist, and I looked into it and it said they were racist. They're like, okay, what do you want to do? I think we should start driving to help black people get IDs so they can vote. I think we should do that. All right, whatever, go do it. Okay, you should support me though. Okay, go do it. Okay, so I'm gonna go do it. Okay, that's how the white liberal thinks of us. We need
they
help.
Do that. And that video proved it.
Oh yeah. Yes, folks. Everybody that's heard this video and audio, you've heard me rail on this white liberal for 1.5 years. Destroyed them. So much so they got mad at me on Instagram. Saying that I'm a racist. And then I said, black people can't be racist, and they left.
Black
Shout out
people
to black
can't be
people.
racist.
We need the white liberal. But yes,
A white
to
liberal
Kamala
said
the
black
cop.
people can't be racist.
No, they tried to say I was racist for saying
Oh.
what I just said, and I said black people can't be racist, and they left.
I hate when people say
So
that.
you shut down. Everybody's racist.
Anybody can be racist.
Let's get controversial. Hey, black folks that love Barack Hussein Obama, he was a racist too. Oh, y'all don't want to y'all don't want to talk to me no more. Y'all about to click off this video, boy. Here comes the dislikes. Yes, y'all's Obama hated black people, he hated white people, and he hated Muslims. So, and he hates Koreans. But let me not say that because then I'm a traitor to the race.
Okay.
Yeah, but y'all love Joe. Y'all gave 81 million votes to JoJo. The same guy who had black kids back in the day rub up his leg, talking about they were roaches. They felt like roaches. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, the same one who said, "If you don't vote for me, you ain't black." The same one who told a black reporter when he asked him, "Are you going to take the cognitive test that all presidents take?" He said, "Well, what are you on crack?" Yeah, him. Yeah, same one who in Congress 1985 said the N-word twice, but y'all want to tell me that he was reading a speech. Let Trump would have did that.
Exactly. Wouldn't matter.
But y'all still pissed off at him over the Central Park 5 when he was a private citizen. But y'all don't want to have that conversation. I'm fixing to do a show about that. I want y'all black people to come talk to me on that show. Because I'm going to explain that what said in that article, y'all shouldn't even got mad over it. Most of y'all weren't even born then. But, let them tell it.
And I heard the article came out before he even knew, like, who they were. I heard he just was like, whoever did it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he said he advocated for the death penalty. He didn't even mention black people in
know
it.
who it was. So, like.
But again, this is where the news comes in and they sit there and they spin it for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's like I made a joke with my wife. I said Joe Biden on the election campaign, he didn't do it, fortunately, but I said he'd screw around and say the N-word and black people would defend it.
But, oh, he messed up. Oh, he didn't mean to.
Yeah. No, there's really some niggers over there. We do have some niggers in Black America. We do. But Joe was just keeping it real. He's with a black woman now, so he's allowed.
Yeah, right.
He was with Obama, now he's with Kamala. He's allowed now. What was the other thing? Oh yeah, and this is where I knew black women didn't care about what was going on in the election. That man said, "Quote: The reason I survived the pandemic was because a black woman kept the grocery shelves stocked." I said, "Nigga." And I was just waiting to see if black women were gonna say something. Now, thankfully, the foundational black Americans, they did say something, but the majority of black folks, they just let that bypass. I was like, damn, they gonna vote for this man just because they don't like Trump. But live with your vote.
He always slipping up saying something. I said the media told him to, and he always slipping up saying something like that. That's how you know he's really racist. Like, you think black people like need the help, I guess. Like, I guess that's what came to your mind. Like,
Oh, Joe. But anyway, tell me about Gavin Newsom. Is he really a prick?
Yeah, like I said, you see the state of California right now. It's a mess. It's a whole mess. That's why I don't believe this is a blue state. I don't believe it because there's so many people out here. Like, I meet a lot of conservatives out here.
Yeah, honestly. I heard that because I saw a lot of videos during the election cycle, and it's like, okay, when you leave LA and San Francisco and Oakland, you're like red areas.
Yeah. I said I don't believe it's a blue state. And if it is, it has to be like a very thin margin, like in between, because like
I don't think you know what? I think it might be more of a purple state.
Yeah.
But you gotta remember too, LA it's like what, 18 million people in that area?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of liberals. Especially what is your state, like 35 million? Something like that?
I have no idea.
I mean, one city is like half your population, but
Yeah, there's a lot of people out here though, so I can say that's for sure. But yeah, this
you got a lot of East Coast people.
Yeah,
A lot of New Yorkers. They say that down here in Atlanta. Why y'all New Yorkers still coming down here? But whatever.
You're right. That's what I'm saying. Like y'all in Miami too. Like, but the state of California, it's a mess. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I drive around, like it's so beautiful out here, but it's so so red, so shitty. Like,
now, would you trade California for? Would you trade LA for Seattle?
No, I love LA. Like, I literally wanted to move here my whole life. Like when I was a little girl, this was like I wanted to move here, and then like I was like, okay.
And then you were like, I saw your video. You were like,
yeah. So I'm like,
and then that other one you did, you were like, when black conservatives start making sense, and you were like,
that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's how
shout out to Candace Owens. Shout out to Candace Owens.
Yeah, she really got the ball rolling for a lot of black people. Like honestly, like she really like
yes.
You know.
Now here's the question. Since I'm going to ask you, since you're on that, are you? Well, let's ask this before I ask this. Do you consider yourself a conservative?
Yeah, I believe I have more conservative views than like, yeah.
Okay, so you're not a full-blown conservative. You're like more in like the center, but you lean right.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so you're just like me. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's ask that question then, since I can ask it. Do you think Candace Owens is a plant? Because a lot of black liberals think she's a plant.
I don't think she's a plant. I don't know if anybody is a plant. It's all those black liberals that they pay attention to. Like Candace, like who's she a plant for? Like, who is she a plant for?
Because they say that she started off as a Democrat and then she switched over to
the conservative side. Yeah, they do say that, but a lot of us were Democrats. Like that's how we grew up to think. I'm pretty sure 90% of black people grew up around people who was telling them Democrats are for. That's what we grew up thinking. I used to think like that too until I actually like looking into things. And she told her, I watched an interview with her. She told a story about that, like how she like changed. You know, but I don't think she's I think they're just saying that because I guess because she's with the like Republicans and stuff like that, and they just wanted to say, oh, she wear like I don't think she's a plant because she doesn't even work for anyone except for like she's got her own show, but she's not like not working for Fox News or like working she's not even working in the White House. You know, she's just like I don't think she's a plant, and I don't understand why they say that when the main plants are people like LeBron James and Cardi B and Oprah and like, you know, like those are the main plants. Like those are the ones being backed by the government and these billion, like everything you see. I don't understand their logic. Like, I don't think she's a plant. She can't even get a decent. Do you see Candace on like primetime TV, like doing stuff?
Tucker Carlson, but
Fox. Other than that, like
nah.
Like at the,
but. You brought up primetime TV. We got to talk about it. It's segue. Oh, man. Okay. Did you watch the Grammys?
I watched parts of it.
Okay, so did you see Tamika Mallory's performance with the baby? Okay. I had a problem with that. Because I'm sorry, but if Malcolm was still alive today, he would not be at the Grammys.
He would not be doing
MLK
that.
either.
They would not, and they'd not be doing no Cadillac commercials and all that.
She said it.
Yeah. They would not be doing that. They would not be doing that.
It's been a year since Tamika Mallory went viral. Now she all over the place. I finally triggered her. Took about 6 months, but I finally triggered her. I want to show you something. Now, I've played this on other shows, but I critiqued her bullshit performance. And I put it on my TikTok. She got pissed off at me.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
I want to show you what I said.
Okay.
Here's the video.
We don't need allies. We need accomplices. It's bigger than black and white. This is not a trend. This is our plight. Until freedom. Until freedom.
I want y'all to look at this. This is called a corner. This is what people like Tamika Mallory are putting us black people into. Her dumbass rhetoric on the Grammys is gonna do nothing to help people understand that black lives do matter, because she's not speaking for black lives, she's speaking for BLM. And don't get me started on Tamika Mallory stealing Amanda Gorman's gimmick by standing in front of a podium and talking to people. It's funny that they loved JoJo months ago and now they hate JoJo.
Wait, so what happened?
She went underneath the she went into the comment thread of that video and said that I didn't see you outside standing for your people and chanting Black Lives Matter. So I said, you right. I didn't do it because I'm not going to chant for something like that. And then she was like, well, I'm going to stand outside against my people. I was like, okay. Just watch yourself, because those same people you're standing with are going to stab you in the back to get up to the front.
Thanks.
And then she liked the video and I said, I lost. She won. She liked the video. I lost. But you brought up the Cadillac commercial.
Yeah.
Tamir Rice's mama went off on her.
Yep.
And the rest of them activists.
Mm-hmm.
They responded. Well, the nigga my son responded and said, I know of her, but we never interacted. And I said, son of a bitch, you said it out loud, you scumbag. Wait, so y'all, and they sat there for like, you know, Tamika Lapdog, my son, that dude that she's always with. Yeah, he said that on their podcast. And I was like, so you sat right there and disparaged this woman, but you try to say it nice. And I was like, I'm sitting there and I'm saying to myself, y'all cannot be serious right now.
Yeah, she
and then you do the bullshit Cadillac commercial talking about black women are gonna run the world. And I said, okay, now I perked up. I just spoke to my wife a few minutes ago and I said, where the hell is Kamala? I haven't seen her since she said she was gonna go to the border. Mm-hmm. That was 2 weeks ago. They're gonna get ready to throw JoJo out.
I think so too. They waiting.
Are you under 34?
Yeah.
Send me your address of your army base. I'll send you some food because they're gonna deploy your ass.
Yeah, right.
You think I'm kidding?
Yeah, right.
Last week, Russia moved army personnel and tanks to their border at the Ukraine. A day after Biden said the U.S. stands with Ukraine. You don't think there's a war coming? Black folks are going to be the first ones on the line.
And
they're going to institute a draft.
Yeah, I saw something else too about Japan was doing something to protect us from China. You heard
they're
that?
Helping this. They're trying to stop China from making maneuvers on Taiwan. If we Taiwan, we're screwed.
Something. I think they are. Yeah, I'm kind of nervous actually.
Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, if y'all better be very nervous for that State of the Union address. Biden might fuck around and put War Powers Act up, which means he can institute a military draft. Yo, black ass gonna be the first one on there, black folk. I'm telling y'all, boy. But I'm not gonna throw that out there. I've said that for about a year and it hasn't come. I don't want to manifest it.
I know.
I'm not gonna do that because I like a lot of black people. I like a lot of it. I'm enjoying your company right now, and this is we need critical thinking black people right now because That's the only time we gonna wake it, because the rest of them idiots, we gonna lose some, like you said in the beginning. We gonna lose some, but we need the critical thinkers. We need those, especially when y'all gonna fight white supremacy. Shout out to white supremacy. White supremacy is allowing me to have this microphone and this laptop and an operating system made by Bill Gates and well, this camera's from China, but whatever. A StreamYard, so I can talk to this black woman and get like the one viewer that I have right now, and the few views I'm going to get on this video later and on the podcast, the downloads that I'm getting. So thank you, white supremacy. You are the gift that keeps on giving. And then this is where it says, you know, I should put my Cash App information. Please pay me, white supremacy.
I know, right? Might as well, right?
Oh, Tamika, please come on this show.
I never
I'll be
experienced
nice.
my life until I moved to over here to California. Like, I grew up in Charleston, South Carolina. You know, the Civil War was in Charleston. Charleston was a literal slave port. Like, slaves you could drop off there. I never experienced racism there until I moved over here in this liberal state.
See, I told people that it was like, you going down south? There's mad racist down there. Even my mom still asked me, like, you haven't met any racists yet. I'm like, Mom, number one, I'm in Atlanta. It's very hard to find a racist in Atlanta.
Right.
Unless they're black. And then she hung up the phone on me, but of course. But yeah, if I want to find a racist, I have to either go to North Georgia, further north, like near the South Carolina line, or I have to go down south.
Like
probably by Florida.
Oh.
So I think in the land I'm pretty safe. I ain't gonna find no racists. I'm just gonna find a lot of liberal Southern people, but you know, and New Yorkers, but you know,
right? You have to go somewhere deep in the trenches to find to find like a racist.
Yeah, right. I don't get it, but yes, folks, we're on with Amber Starr, who has a great IG page, and it's on the bottom of the ticker. For y'all on the audio, it's starring Amber. I told y'all before, I'm not going to spell it because you've grown. You should know how to spell starring, and you should know how to spell Amber.
Oh, Amber has 2 R's.
Why did you tell them that?
Because they can find
you. Should not have told them that. You don't. They got this research. That's our moniker on this show. When you listen to this show, we have 4 words. Go do your research. I listen. We're dealing with a generation that does not know how to read a clock, so can't tell them. I can't tell them anything.
Yeah, each generation gets worse and worse.
Let's play a little word association. I want to see how quick you are. I'm going to say a name of a person. I want you to tell me the first thing that pops in your head, and you're actually going to be the first person that I've done this with. Okay. We'll do 10. Candace Owens.
Candace Owens?
We'll do 10. Yeah.
Trailblazer.
Okay. Trailblazer. Kamala Harris.
Liar.
Barack Obama.
Evil liar.
Oh, I'm liking this. Here we go. Okay. Snoop Dogg.
I kind of want to say funny.
Okay. Now listen. This is you. This is yours. Jen Psaki.
Idiot.
Larry Elder.
Smart.
Maxine Waters.
Hypocrite.
Sheila Jackson Lee.
Hypocrite.
Okay. Ben Carson.
Intelligent.
Is that before or after he wake up?
I don't know Ben Carson before.
That's fine. You should read his book, Gifted Hands. Great book. That was a great book.
What is this book called?
Gifted Hands is basically his autobiography.
What was he like before he woke up?
He came from the hoods of DC, single mama, and he went all the way up to chief neurosurgeon in the US. And his claim to fame was separating conjoined twins. So it was a great book. I read it in middle school. It was a great book. I actually read it about 6 times. So he don't bother me.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah, he cool.
He should have been he actually should have been the first black president instead of Obama because he's like really like black like that.
Oh, we gotta talk about
Obama. So he didn't get enough support from his own people.
Well, he had an R on his name. That wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah, that's what I said. Oh. Yeah, he's a coon, so
cool. We're gonna talk. Okay, we got 3 more names. Michelle Obama.
Who? You said Michelle Obama.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say what came to my mind, but I'm going to say.
I know what's this. Yeah, don't say that. Don't say that. You ain't finna do us like Joan Rivers. Go ahead. Kimberly Klacik.
I like her. She's smart. I like her. Smart.
Okay, now number 10 is the ultimate curveball. I gotta do this for white people. Because I know some white people gonna listen to it. David Duke.
Racist.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
See, white liberals. See, we mention y'all every now and again. We mention white people. Shout out to white people. Okay. 2 more subjects, and then I'll let you get back to the rest of your evening.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's approach it this way. Are you familiar with these YouTube channels and websites like The Root and The Cut and what was the that rag, The Shade Room?
I heard of The Root. Yes, yes. I heard The Shade Room too. I like The Shade Room. I just hate that he's they work for the Democrats. But
yeah, because I did a video about The Shade Room, and I kind of torched her, and I actually found myself defending Cardi B in the process, which I know hell froze over that day, but it is what it is. Okay, I bring that up to bring this up because between those 3, they're pushing this black-white divide so much, especially with The Cut. They did a video talk about what a white people superior at. And got a number of black people on there. You got to watch the video. It's hilarious.
I have to find that. Is it The Cut like T?
It's on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Cut. Yeah, that's the name of the channel, CUT Cut. Yeah, it's called What a White People Superior At. And the things that they were saying, I'm like, anybody could do what they're doing.
What were they saying? I don't understand. What could they possibly say?
Like making money, all the like generic things that anybody can do. But just because they white, they like run the system and all this. And I'm just sitting there listening to it, and I'm like, of course, they waited to the end to put the one person that has some sense who said, I don't look at white people as superior. They do what they do. I do what I do. If it works, it works. It don't.
Right.
But it was like 12 minutes of them just ragging on white people. But we know damn well if some channel or some other channel did what are black people superior at and had a bunch of white people in there, they call it racist. Like, y'all don't even know what racism is anymore.
Exactly. I said it all the time too. Like, y'all just throw the word around so loosely, y'all can't even recognize a real racist no more. Everything's racist.
And I also said this. I want to get your opinion on. Oh, and by the way, those 3 channels and publications that I mentioned, They're not black owned, ladies and gentlemen. The Root is owned by NBC and Univision. So Spanish people and white folks are running a black website and a black YouTube channel. But let black folk tell it. The cut loves to exploit us, but the cut is owned by Jews. But let them tell it. Shade Room is black owned,
But she's on Instagram.
but she's a jerk. She's a jerk. I already talked about it, and Angelina, whatever her name is. She's a jerk. And then she got mad when somebody called her out on it. She's like, listen, I'm a Nigerian black woman. And they were like, I don't care. You're a jerk. If somebody tells you don't talk about their family, you still do it. They should have carte blanche to show up at your place of business and knock you out. And I actually defended Cardi B on that. But that's another subject for another day. But I brought that up to bring this up. Black people, I don't think you understand when you keep saying things are racist that you're actually downgrading what racism really is. Like Candace Owens said in that legendary video, you're not oppressed. Most of the black people out here yelling that BLM bullshit never had a hard day in their life. Most times they had both parents, or one parent was very successful. They didn't have to want for anything. And then they get out in the world and then they think that everything is somehow a slight on them. Guess what? That's called being an adult. You're going to have to make decisions and see things that you're not going to want to see. And you're not going to want to experience. That's life. That's how you learn. I hope you realize as you keep doing this, what they're doing on that side is you guys are helping erase what black people had to go through to get to the point that you're standing at. Because I'm sure Amber's probably not noticed this, but I've been noticing this since this woke crap start. They're slowly phasing out the history of slavery. Because I told y'all keep celebrating that congressional black couscous. That's my nickname for them. Those idiots every year saying that we're going to check into getting reparations. Yet every day, a little bit of race, a little bit of slavery is getting taken away. You're taking down Confederate statues. That's part of the history of slavery. You're going to need that if you're going to make that argument. You keep putting out propaganda like Ancestry.com did a couple years ago when he had that white slave master's son and that black slave running away together. But you're not going to do that for the black man and a white woman. Never. You would never do that. You had a show on Netflix. Black woman in Brazil, during slavery times, she's about to be burned at the stake. She gets a wish. She becomes a black woman in America in modern times, but she wants to go back to be with the slave master's son who was trying to buy her. You're glorifying slavery. So in turn, as you glorify it, you're diminishing the struggles of what happened. Mm-hmm. Y'all let Hollywood create a Harriet Tubman movie. And they wanted to make sure that they pandered to you so much. They made up a character that wasn't even part of the story. To kill the black man. Y'all glorify slave R word. Y'all love to talk about the oppressor, women, but you made Scandal the #1 show in America. amongst Black people, specifically the women. But the ultimate, ladies and gentlemen, the ultimate. We heard a story. I'm going to ask Amber about this. A DJ from her state, white DJ, along with a Black woman, possibly infect over 600 Black women with HIV. And not a peep from the majority of Black women. Not a peep. Well, but when Black men talked about it, they said that we were hurt. We were being the, what was the word the one used? We were being the bitches by talking about this. Because apparently we give Black women HIV too. But we're not going to get into the stats today, but I'm just going to leave you with this stat. Actually, Black women give Black men HIV. But we're not going to go there today. I'm not ready for that conversation. But I want to get Amber's opinion on this. Are Black people inadvertently erasing slavery's history in their bid to getting reparations?
Yeah. Yeah, and I think they're being pushed, and I think they're being convinced to do that blindly. That's what I said. Like they blindly like following things. Like we just like. And that's why I hope we wake up one day. Because I agree with everything you just said. I always say that. Like I even talk to like me and my dad will get into like little petty arguments about this, and I'd be like, in order us to never go back to where we came from, we had to remember how we got here. You know what I'm saying? Like they take it down the statues, and then they like doing all kind of stuff. They already got control of education. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what they're going like what they're trying to do with the I be hearing about, but I don't know how you heard about the what's that thing called? They trying to put in classrooms.
What, critical race theory?
Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, so like, you know, like I don't know. I think they are.
We all have different, ladies and gentlemen. Amber is correct. We all have differences. Y'all's MLK, who y'all love so much. The Black man got a street in every hood in this country. There's one in Brooklyn. There's one down here in Atlanta. Yes, there's one in LA. There's one in Louisville, Chicago. Any hood you go to, you'll find an MLK Junior Boulevard. That man said, one day my children will be judged not by their skin color, but the content of their character. And you Negroes consistently sit there and y'all want people to judge you, not by the content of your character, but by your skin color. Mm-hmm. But then you're going to get mad when white people say, I don't want to deal with none of you niggas or niggers, you know, for the Southern people, you niggers. I'm going to say it again before we end off. Well, Black people are our own worst enemy.
Facts.
We are like Spider-Man. We create our own villains. We were here with George Floyd, with BLM. We were here. And then when the stories came out that they weren't paying folks and Act Blue and all this, it went to the bottom. I exposed them on my TikTok. Other people have done it. $300-something million. We ain't seen a dime of it. Mm-mm. Black people were never assaulted on BLM.
Exactly. Then, like, you got the Michael Brown family complaining. You got Tamir Rice family complaining. Mm-hmm. I'm like, where's all this at? Why are this?
Did you hear Michael Brown's pops?
Yeah.
That Negro said they only gave him $500.
See, like,
nigga, go sue BLM then. Go get your ends, man.
That's the thing about the sheriff. We were talking about. Where's the shade room at when it comes to this information? You don't think this is black?
Listen, let me tell you something. That goddamn rag ain't fixing it. They ain't gonna do no real news story. Not
Exactly. That's
as
what
in
I'm saying. Like,
I tell a
all
lie.
black people?
When they draft black folks, that's when you gonna start seeing some real shit on that page.
I bet.
But of course, Negroes gonna be in their uniforms, going like this here, with their cell phone in the bathroom, violating regulations because that's not what Negroes do. Black folks, I don't get it. I don't get it. It's not that hard. Critical thinking is not that hard. But I get it. When you're on the conservative side of the center right, you go by ideals. When you're on the left, you go by skin color. It's okay.
Yeah, and feelings and emotions.
It's okay. Exactly. Facts over feelings. But let y'all's AOC tell it. Facts are racist.
Right? White supremacy. Every time I look, she's saying something about white supremacy. Like I put some video on my
Yeah. You saw the Elhan thing, right? When the shooting out in what was it? Colorado? Yeah, Colorado.
Yeah.
She was like, "Up there you go with white people again."
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
He was a Muslim, and then she ain't say nothing. I was like, "You can't even say sorry,
right?
Y'all couldn't wait an hour. You couldn't wait an hour.
White people.
A white guy gonna shoot up a supermarket for what?
Why did they say anything about the person who killed that Capitol?
They said white people did that too. And then they found out it was a black guy who followed Farrakhan, and they were like, I'm glad you mentioned that. One of them assholes said, "Oh, he might have had mental illness." I said, "So he black now? He got mental illness?"
I guess.
But if he was white, it's his daddy's fault.
It would have been He would have been a Trump supporter, and he was a terrorist.
Oh, you know they wanted to be MAGA.
They really wanted
to be MAGA.
They wish it was a Trump supporter so bad. I know.
Oh my God, no! I hate the left. I hate y'all. Right. Okay. Let me take that back before we go. I don't hate the left because I actually respect liberals, because the true liberals, they'll debate you, but you guys can find a common ground somewhere. You far left assholes, though, y'all can go jump off the Golden Gate Bridge. And I'm sorry if y'all try to cancel me for saying that. I don't give a damn. Y'all are the reason why this country sucks right now. Because everything is about skin color, everything is about a mask, everything is about a vaccine shot. And I'm telling you right now, folks, in a couple months, you're going to start seeing white liberals on social media and TV start shaming black people into taking that vaccine. I hope that's the day y'all wake up. But it won't be. It won't be, because y'all still want to be either underneath or on top with no clothes on with some white liberal. But I'm going to end the show there. That's another subject for another day. We're not going to do that. But Amber, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
It's my pleasure. I know it's Easter. This is a black people holiday. Did you wear the church crown today?
It's fine. I actually didn't go to church today. I'm not from.
So you didn't get the hat?
No, I haven't found a church out here. Yeah.
Don't they have the preachers of LA? Didn't they have a reality show a few years ago? Preachers of LA.
I think so. Oh yeah, I think so.
You ain't go to one of them churches?
No.
You ain't want to see no backflips?
No, I haven't.
You must miss your down south.
I probably have to go. Why would I can find a good black church out here though? I have no idea. Probably like.
Oh, you gotta go to Compton. You get a word and then you get outside, you get a gangbang.
They say probably I'll go like down there, like probably around Inglewood somewhere. I don't know.
Oh shit! I thought Inglewood was white now.
It is. There's some black people. It is. You'll still see some black people out there though.
And Compton is still black?
Yeah, for sure.
What about Watts?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, for sure.
Wait, I heard somebody told me that the Hispanics took over Compton.
I'm not sure. Every time I go to Compton, I see black people, but
Okay.
I don't be out there that often.
Compton and Watts is still under our control. That's good.
Yeah.
Because it would have been nice if Snoop and Dre and Exhibit and all them LA based rappers would have put up Long Beach, but you know.
I know, right? I just was out there last night.
Can't have that.
I know, right? They gentrifying LA just like how they gentrifying everything. That's another reason why we need to wake up. They're taking everything from here. Like, I go back to my old. I go back to my old.
Where are black people gonna go? Where would black people go if like the gentrification was finished and they couldn't afford where they live?
I don't know. And where's the neighborhoods?
Damn.
Because I go back to my neighborhood when I grew up in, they're gentrifying it, and it makes me so sad. Because you know how you want to go back to where you grew up at and see things, and everything's just gone. My elementary school closed down a long time ago. Like, you know,
damn.
My neighborhood used to be black. Because I grew up near the project. Yeah, now you walk around and see white people and stuff. I'm like, okay, I guess.
Shout out white people again. But yeah, even where we used to live before we moved down here. I mean, it was still Caribbean majority, but you start seeing some white people walking around, and I started seeing Jews looking around. I was like, "Yep, ain't coming, boy." But yes, but thank you again, Amber, for coming on, and you know, having some laughs at the expense of liberals, because you know this. I'm sure by tomorrow, some rag is going to say that Easter is racist.
I think they already are.
Yeah. But let everybody know where they can find you, and then we're gonna get up out of here because she still has a little bit of sunlight. I ain't got none, and I'm getting tired because I work in a restaurant and Easter service was a bitch today. So
well, you can find me on Instagram. Everything my name's the same on all my social media: Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, whatever. Starring Amber. Starring is spelled how it is, and Amber has 2 R's on the end. And yeah, that's my social media. That's how you can find me.
So you do know you're gonna come back before you get deployed, right?
I'm not getting deployed.
I hope not, because that wouldn't be cool. That wouldn't be cool.
It would not be cool.
But y'all know how I give it up. Kid Gravity Beyond on Instagram, Beyond Borders Podcast on Instagram. Kid Gravity Beyond on TikTok. I am on Fanbase at Kid Gravity, the new Isaac Hayes 3 app. So you can follow me over there as well. Clubhouse, Kid Gravity. And I also have a Twitter. It's Chef Boyardee, but I don't use it because Twitter is a cesspool. And yeah, Facebook went to hell for me back in 2017.
Yeah.
So yeah. So again, Amber Starr came on. We had some laughs. Hope we educated you Negroes. But y'all care about how your crown looked today. Y'all didn't care about no issues. It's all good though. So we're gonna get up out of here. Take care. Stay safe. Unless you live in Texas, wear your mask, get your supplies, and just remember, you can move to California if you want, but before you go, realize that state is sinking into the ocean, folks. That's right. And if the big one ever hit, hopefully Amber and some other people that I know that are out there escape before it happens. But if you happen to stay when it does happen, either you know how to swim or you interested in Arizona beachfront property. Thank you. Again, stay safe.
Thank you.